Good evening. Now that Tracy has discussed how important it is to take care of our vessel, I would like to discuss where we live and how we feel in our space. Our home is a natural projection of our soul. In so many ways, good design really can enhance our mental health and overall well-being. Whether you're tackling your next DIY design project, renovating, redecorating, or building and creating a new home from the ground up, there are a few things that you may want to consider other than the obvious, which is this is really an overwhelming undertaking. Can I really do this? How will it look? I'm going to encourage you to look around at your space and take a look at how you are feeling in your life right now, albeit a challenging and ever-changing question in the midst of this pesky pandemic. Is your space cluttered? Is your space over furnished? Do you feel overstimulated and overwhelmed as you look around? Food for thought. If your space is cluttered, difficult to navigate through, and so messy you can't find a darn thing, I think you know what I'm getting at here. Your mind will, of course, feel stressed, strained, cloudy, frazzled, and most certainly confused. I can assure you that all of these overwhelming feelings will spill over into the rest of your life. Consider this point. If your home creates feelings of calm, serene, and organized, guess how the space might make you feel? Bingo. Calm, relaxed, refreshed, and rejuvenated. Four feelings that certainly set the tone for ensuring great energy, which means to meaningful productivity. So whether you're just in need of a good purge and organizational effort, or thinking of a project on a larger scale, perhaps a design home project, let me give you a few points to contemplate prior to expending energy, making unnecessary mistakes, and accidental purchases, which can be really terrible. My first tip, once you've been able to stand in your space and see how you feel and feel the way that you do, you feel that you in fact need to make a change, not only in decor, but a change in the way that you're living in your home. Try not to get lost in all the design trends and fads that are around these days. It's not difficult to get confused in the design process. Biggest tip I can give you is to declutter. It's a great starting point. At the end of the day, the less time we spend managing our lives means the more time that we have engaging in our lives. A cluttered environment has been proven to drain energy. Now, how do you start the decluttering process? Because it sure can be overwhelming. Begin with one room and one room only. Create a space for everything to live permanently. Make the shift where possible and go paperless. Scan and toss old bills, papers, school notices, mailers, magazines, everything in your house should have its own little home. Find neat, out-of-sight ways to store your personal belongings. And if it looks messy, remember that it's going to seep into your brain. So revise it again. Keep revising it until you find the solutions that look tidy plus function with ease. If you can't find a place for the bunch of knickknacks that no one is using, donate them. My best advice, donate, 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 and stop keeping things that you don't need. My rule, if you have not touched it in 2 years, it's out, as it's crowding your life. A few great additional tips. As you're purging and trying to decide what goes and what stays, hold the item in your hand and ask yourself how the item assists you in functioning well in your life. What does it do to improve your life and make it better? Also ask yourself, does this item bring me joy? Another great tip, and my most favorite, is to collect all of the little tiny framed photos in your house. As much as I love photos, I find that we collect and frame so many over the years that they create clutter, and the joy that we experience while viewing goes away. Once you have a fresh start and a clean slate, we can move on to color. Although I very much enjoy reading research and studies on how color affects us, my very favorite thing to do is to work with individuals in an effort to understand and connect with the colors that they are most attracted to, while determining and considering what they feel they are needing to draw from each space in their home. It never ceases to amaze me how unique we all are and how truly unique our needs and cravings are in our home environment as we navigate through different stages, phases, and changing conditions of our lives. Research points to the contrary and shows that overly vibrant color schemes actually produce heightened states of unease and anxiety. There are also instances when I will need to consider spaces utilized by many. My approach certainly needs to shift a bit in this case. One example is the new home for Trinity. We followed the research and incorporated a soft, soothing color palette, soft, cozy furniture, soft lighting, and accents that incorporated nature, such as plants, wood-grained furniture, and amazing photos by Lisa. Speaking of nature, let's move on to my last tip, which is bring the outdoors in. Whether it's considering how the sun shines through a window or where the breeze blows when you open a window, if you have heavy drapery or bulky window treatments, consider that they may be blocking you from experiencing the outdoors while inside. Why not try taking the window treatments down and let the sun shine in? Another little tip that I love to share, try to treat windows when there is a privacy issue with a light, bright, and airy solution. Otherwise, don't treat the window at all. Incorporating elements into your space is one of the best things that you can do to design for the mind. As you take the steps to declutter, keep in mind cherished furniture should not be tossed away for the sake of renewal. In fact, those pieces can be essential to giving a room its individuality and can serve a purpose. Older furniture that you have had for years can be given new life when reinterpreted within the freshened space. Meanwhile, remember, grandmother's natural wood dining table can establish a sense of warmth and comfort while considering the material. An additional thought, bring in a real living object like an indoor plant and feel the benefits of improved oxygen flow and being close and connected with nature. We spend so much of our time indoors, it makes sense that we get tired and disconnected. Get creative and think about all the cool ways you can work the elements into your space, how you can get connected as much as possible. I'm not only thankful for your time this evening, I'm also so appreciative to be in such amazing company with Whitney, Tracy, and Lisa. What a treat. I wish all of you the best of luck as we strive for balance, harmony, and excellent health.